Hey guys, what's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent. Sorry if there's an echo, but today I wanted to do a video that's a little bit more sincere. I mean, really all my videos are real and honest. It's just this one is really more like, I really hope you get the message. A lot of the times I don't care. I just throw it out there and I know that a lot of people are going to be keyboard warriors, not even really going to watch the video. But this one is something that I think would make you guys have a lot of fun. Like, I really think that a lot of you guys go into video games maybe with almost a flawed mentality. We do talk about that a lot, like competitive gaming versus casual gaming, stuff like that. But there is something that I guess I've always had and just assumed everyone else had, but it seems that is not the case. After doing a lot of videos on, I think, Black Desert Online, actually, Sandbox Games, Albion Online, and a number of MMOs, I've realized that many of you aren't playing the games anywhere near the way that I play the games. And obviously, I'm a unique exception because I'm a content creator, and I've actually done specific videos on that too. But what I'm talking about mainly is, it's not really like an art or anything. It's just when you play games, you play them with the idea that you're going to kind of make your own rules, or you're going to make your own games while you're playing this game. And a lot of people look at a video game and they see it like, okay, what's right in front of my screen, what the spectacle, you know, the pixels and how they're moving and the buttons I press, that is the entirety of the game. But a video game is not the game. You just lost, by the way. It's really like when you play a game, the rules that you're playing against can change. Like you can make up your own ways to win. You can have your own win conditions. And this is more obvious in some games than others. For an example, like I've already given, Black Desert Online is a game where you can focus on PvP, or you can do trading, or actually, funny enough, you can even just completely focus on playing the game as a kind of a screenshot simulator. And in the end, really, I think a healthy way to look at video games, especially these online worlds that we live in, would be more like simulations. And yeah, there's physics or rules, and you know, some skills are stronger and kill monsters faster, and you know, there is like an early game, there is an end game, but that's not the end of all the games that can be played in this game. I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but I think one fantastic example that I personally like, this was the first game that I ever made while inside of an MMO, and that was actually I was playing World of Warcraft, and a lot of people kind of did similar stuff to this. But I was like in a time where I wanted to be a guild leader. Actually, I ran a clan in Halo and stuff like that, and I really loved gathering players. But inside of MMOs, you know, there's specific content to do, but there's always freedom to do more. And I had a lot of fun trying to come up with, I guess, I don't know, like games to play inside MMOs. So one would be like a race, you know, like a level 1 race in World of Warcraft. See, a lot of you guys are probably like, oh yeah, I did that too. Yeah, because it's fun as hell. Yeah, because a lot of people probably made like dwarves or night elves and wanted to run from one section of the map to the other. Especially the night elf to Stormwind run is actually famous. So yeah, that was the idea. Is, you know, hey guys, let's all go make alts, you know, level 1s, and let's run from point 1 to point 2 or AB, whatever. And, you know, see who wins with that. And I don't know, I thought that was kind of cute. And that's just the first example of, it's like, okay, that's one little mini game activity that I did to kind of play with my friends. You know, we all got together, or people who weren't even my friends yet. They were just associates, I guess, in the guild. And we all got together and then we became friends, or we had a connection. We made something, we made memories. Okay. And it was kind of a beautiful thing, whether it was fair and just, or fun for everyone. I don't even know, but we did something, and it was from me making a game. And like I said, a lot of you guys probably did that exact scenario. It was not unpopular in World of Warcraft, and I'm sure you guys have done a number of things like that inside of these living world style games. And maybe something that you guys have seen more recently, and you could debate like this is actually the point of many games, but speedrunning. Speedrunning is not always the point of games. Like, that's not the goal. Obviously, the goal is to win the game, get to the credits, but then how you go about that. Alternatively, on the other side of the coin, I guess, is high scores. A lot of games have scoring systems, and then some don't. So the score is not really the point, but you yourself might be like, okay, how can I kill everyone in Skyrim? Yeah, okay, so that's a fantastic point, is Skyrim, sandbox games, they just are more obvious about how you play them. Or I guess the opposite. It's more it's more vague of how you should exactly play them, because the point is that you can kind of have your freedom and you can choose how you want to play, and it's how you want to play, not how you want to just beat the game. You can play Skyrim and never beat it, which I never have, or Oblivion. Actually, I've never officially hit the credits. That's just not how I've played the games ever. I don't know why, but I'll play a number of games and I play them to beat them, and I play them in certain ways for certain games, and other games I just play them differently, and I just love the freedom to do that, to kind of express myself differently depending on what I just feel like, what I feel like doing, and especially in online games, it's something that a lot of people kind of forget, I think. Because you are competing with other players, or you are cooperating with other players, and sometimes it's kind of difficult to fathom how you can interact with other players in certain ways, unless it's just hard coded and just like really thrown up on the screen like a giant tutorial and goal posted the entire way, like, hey, this is what you do. Looking for raid, do this, kill the final boss, wait for the next expansion. Jump into the hub town and maybe trade in the auction house or something like that. Fashion wars is something that is actually pretty big inside of a lot of MMOs and online action RPGs, from like Warframe, World of Warcraft, obviously famous because Asmongold has really been doing those streams, and you can find those highlights on YouTube. Kind of hilarious, like the mount battles. So, fashion wars. Oh, I love that. That's another game that was sort of invented inside of games that's really completely beside the point of the original conception of those titles. And I just think that if you guys go into a lot of these games, and obviously my YouTube videos, with the idea that, there's lots of different ways, not just to play, I guess, the original point of the game, but there's lots of ways that you can just have fun and entertain yourself and your friends and your enemies sometimes by playing in very strange ways. I just noticed that there's a severe lack of understanding when it comes to a lot of my perspectives and reviews, because a lot of times I'll do videos and I'll say, hey, like in Black Desert Online, you could actually play the game in such a way that you want to kind of be like a real estate, like maybe you want to just focus on real estate, building up your empire, things like that. And there is a competitive point to it. So I will say, hey, this is actually pay to win. The cosmetic items that you can do to furnish your house could debatably be pay to win, because you're actually ranked on the cosmetics inside of your house. So the more you have, the more points, then that actually unlocks a competitive part of the game so that you can actually do investing. So I would say it's pay to win, and people are like, dude, it's just cosmetics. Well, no, to some people, this part of the game is why they play the game. That is their win condition. So if you can pay to participate and to win, then it is pay to win. Yeah. So some people kind of miss that point. And I think a lot of people also, you're having issues not just understanding other people's point of view, but also like literally playing with them. Like a lot of people think that MMOs today are very antisocial, but that's not true, especially with Discord and the popularity of YouTube and streaming. Actually, really, MMOs are more social than ever. It's actually because of how social the games are outside of the simulation that we can tell how poorly a lot of the systems are designed inside of the game. You often will find yourself just sitting in Discord more than actually sitting in a hub town and talking and chatting with people. And that's because there's a lack of incentive, blah, blah, blah. But you're also, it seems that players aren't taking, and this is a big thing in competitive games. People don't realize how to get into the competitive scene, but what you do is you don't just jump into the game and then just hope you're going to be an esports star. You actually have to go into Discords, into forums, and maybe, even to the YouTube comments. You got to shout out there and then bring that fun into the game. Now, I think that once you play for a really long time and you're used to the guild mentality, talking on Discord and really like you've joined a group of people and you jump from game to game to game, then maybe it's a little bit easier, but still, just know that it can be awkward. Definitely. It's strange. It's very strange. You just want to jump in and have matchmaking. You just want to jump in and have the game funnel all the fun into you. But sometimes you gotta kind of make the fun yourself. And there's so many different examples and varieties that I could give, and I definitely plan to cover games with all those different perspectives. And hopefully you guys begin to open up your own brains, because not just for the sake of my comments being less toxic because people are completely ignorant, but really, I just want you guys to have fun. That's why I even make the videos. Like, oh, hey guys, did you know you can play MMO just as a screenshot simulator? Sky, you're dumb as shit. I don't want to see those comments anymore. A ton of people play games like that. A ton of people play games in ways that you've never even conceived of. But if you know what you need to do is go to the forums, go to Discords, just kind of chat it up with people. Chat it up with people and try to see things from their own perspective. And you're going to be able to jump into games and do some weird stuff that, you know, at first maybe you thought, oh, that's pointless. Why would I do a level 1 race, you know, as a night elf all the way to Stormwind? Why would I do that? That's not that. How am I going to kill the Lich King like that? But you won't. That's not how you beat the game. But that is a way to play the game. So, you know, I don't know if this actually gets a lot of views or if it gets a lot of love, this concept of, hey, try making your own games in already established video games, then maybe I'll do an essay and explain it a little bit better. But I wanted to rant it out and say that this is an issue that I'm seeing wealthily on YouTube, at least. And when I'm streaming, a lot of people, like when I do my reviews live, so when I'm streaming and reviewing a game and I talk about some, I guess, out there concepts, people are like, yo, you're playing the game wrong. And I really want to just end the video by saying, guys, you can't really play a game wrong. Everyone plays not just games in different ways, but sometimes people are actually playing different games inside the same video game. That's it, you know? So open up your eyeballs, guys, open up your brain and see the world a little bit differently. And you're going to see that there's way more to do than ever before. All right, guys, keep the hype alive. My name's Skylent, and I'll see you again next time.